This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this story comes from Liverpool. And before I start, I'd like to say to any relatives of the victim, if you need to reach out to me in any way, shape or form, please contact me at news@scarcitystudios.com for any corrections, any help, assistance or support. Yesterday was a really hard day on the channel, and there was a lot of stories that I know were very difficult to get through. I really appreciate everybody that supported them stories as well for the reasons that were being highlighted. And I also understand anyone that was offended or upset by some of the stories. But sadly, if we don't discuss these issues, nothing will ever get resolved, and it just continues happening again and again and again. And this is a prime example. Only the other day I was at the crime scene in Birmingham where a 13-year-old was shot in the back and potentially may never walk again. And today in Liverpool, a 12-year-old girl called Ava White has been stabbed to death in the city centre. Police were called at 8:39 to Church Street in the city centre on Thursday, November the 26th. Following reports of an assault. There's not even a month to go before Christmas, and everybody was in the city centre turning on the Christmas lights. And sadly, this occurred several hours after. Police believe Ava was with her friends when a verbal argument began, and the 12-year-old was assaulted, and she suffered catastrophic injuries. When police arrived, they found Ava on the ground, and a member of the public witnessed the incident and was giving first aid and desperately tried to save her. It's understood that several people tried to assist while the girl was on the floor. Paramedics attended the scene, and Ava was taken to Alderhay Children's Hospital, where sadly she died a short time later despite the best efforts of paramedics. A Home Office post-mortem will be carried out to establish the exact cause of death. And in the latest developments, police have arrested 4 children themselves, 4 boys aged 13 and 14 years old. One of them is also aged 15 years old, and all of them are from Toxteth. Assistant Chief Constable John Roy said, "Our thoughts and condolences go out to Ava's family, who are being supported by specialist family liaison officers. Their world has been torn apart, and no parent should have to face the knock on the door to say their child has been killed." They also go on to say that Liverpool city centre was very busy at the time of the attack, and they urge any witnesses to come forward who may have recorded anything on their phones. Ava also died on White Ribbon Day, which is a global campaign to end violence against women. There'll be 16 days of activity designed to raise awareness for women's roles in society. The police went on to say in their statement that there's been a cordon in William Square, Tolton Street, Church Alley, School Lane, Hanover Street and also Fleet Street. The police say they will release the cordons as soon as possible, but there is forensic officers gathering evidence throughout the day. A prominent knife crime campaigner called Alan Walsh, who owns a local boxing gym, said that he began receiving calls at about 12 o'clock yesterday. He posted this on Twitter as well and told any young people that if they need any help to get in touch. In some other tributes as well, the head teacher of a school that she went to, which is called Notre Dame Catholic College, and the head teacher's name is Peter Duffy, said that she was a brilliant, amazing child that will be missed by many. And as I said earlier on in the story as well, this is not new. There has been several murders of young children throughout lockdown, and this was covered in depth by Vice News and journalist Max Daly. One of the victims was Ollie Stevens. I also covered his case in Reading, where 2 14-year-old boys are convicted. In London, 28 teenagers have been killed so far this year, and the death toll is nearing the record of 29 teenagers killed in 2008. Homicides among 16 to 24-year-olds in England and Wales have soared by 60% in the last 5 years. And of course, Liverpool has had cases like this before, with the example of Rhys Jones, who was shot dead when he got caught in the crossfire of gang violence. And more recently as well in Liverpool, a 15-year-old boy took himself to hospital after being stabbed at around 5 p.m. on Halloween. He had been stabbed multiple times near a car park in Sefton. And Vice News were also told as well that a teacher who runs a class there said that they was aware that children carry knives, and Ava's death would not stop them doing this. So what a truly heartbreaking situation, and really does raise the question as to what can be done to educate these kids and to make them make better choices, because violence is the option and the choice that people are making, be that 13-year-olds or be that adults. With the story I covered yesterday, grown adults stabbing each other over very minor issues. So I really want to hear what people have to say on this story. And I reiterate again, please reach out to me if you need any help to do with the story from the family, or any corrections or any fundraisers. Feel free to get in touch at news@scarcitystudios.com. I'll be back again very shortly, and follow me online as well at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter.